this theme is trying to think about many ancient ways of working with earth. So ceramics, soil architecture, rammed earth architecture. These are both structural and aesthetic uses to different types of soils. Soils are representative of where we belong. See, it's been kind of made to represent a 3D printed building, but what you will perhaps pay attention to is actually the form is timeless. Literally, these are the kind of dwellings that people have been living in from time immemorial, from period. So there is this resonance between past and present that's an ongoing thing as long as we are thinking about how to work with soil. But the fundamental thing is, look, as we grow, as we improve our lives, as we move on in life, as we grow older, we are collecting memories and collecting objects that represent that memory. Often these memories are of a previous time that you might identify as being more comfortable, better, happier, and that's actually the Goblin Mode aesthetic is investing in that sort of feel good that comes from those sorts of ideas. So it's colorful, it's quirky, it's the kind of things that people would throw away but then try and rediscover 20 or 30 years later. You can see some really interesting video game consoles from way back. I see an Atari there, you see gems, popcorns. These are the things that one identifies with a time that's been at least 30 years prior to now. The other thing that's interesting is that because it's about collecting and collectibles, which are not necessarily treasures but are receptacles of memory, this is highly personalized. So it's actually something that enables even anyone, like not a trained designer or a trained architect, to be able to kind of live life in this sort of comfortable aesthetic that is familiar to you, rather than what is dictated by the changing fads or trends over a period of time. In many ways, this is one of my favorite parts of this boot.